Hello everybody and welcome back to another daily update. My name is Akash and today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin and discuss what's happening with it because quite a lot has changed since my last update, right? In this video, I kind of expected Bitcoin price to rally up to 25K, and even now I'm thinking kind of pretty much the same, but the only difference is that the last time we discussed this, Bitcoin price was somewhere around here. Hold up, when was this done? 1 day ago, which is 18th. 18. So yeah, we were somewhere in here. I was expecting this support structure to hold, and it was holding pretty good, but the weekend PA price action, which led to a 9.3% drop, roughly $1,800 down from where we, from the last point we discussed, right? So what's next for Bitcoin, right? Things are pretty much the same. So let me just quickly give you an outlook of what's happening here, right? I'm on a 12-hour time frame. You see there's a range I've drawn here extending from 32K to roughly 18.3K. And the reason for this range is because, hold up, wait a minute. Okay, so the reason for this range is a little, hold up, there it is. Actually, yeah, cool. So this range here extends from the June 18th low, roughly 17,593, to the swing high here. Let me just redraw this. $17,593.2. Cool. So this range here, obviously, right, the price set a swing high here and then dropped all the way down to this one. So that's why I've drawn this range. And you can see here the midpoint of this particular range at 25,010 was basically what the price retested before it came tumbling down, right? After the price came down, it collected liquidity resting below these equal lows, and it kind of dipped a little lower than this low here, and collected liquidity resting below this low formed on 13th of July, and basically anywhere up to July 3rd, right? And what's happening right now is that the price has collected the liquidity resting below the previous weekly low. I'm not talking about the week that we just finished, but the week before that, right? So it's really interesting that we've done this. And yeah, so there's literally nothing except for the June 18th low here. There's nothing left to collect for Bitcoin. So although I am like, see, normally I would wait for Bitcoin price to kind of sweep the 90 this level here, which is 17,593 level. But from my experience, like a lot of people are expecting the same thing to happen, right? So I believe we're not going to get that. At least that's my particular take. And even if you do, even if from my perspective, if I kind of long Bitcoin here, we could probably put it around 1700. Let's keep it 17,980 just for the sake of security, right? In which case, I am looking at a long something like this, right? And the reason why I'm expecting Bitcoin price to kind of turn around here is because a, right, like I mentioned, a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin price to sweep the June 18th low at 17,593, and I don't think that's gonna happen. And which is the first reason. The second reason is you can already see a bullish divergence kind of developing here between these two lows formed here on 6th September and the one that we are currently forming. So yeah, I think we're gonna turn around here. Even if we don't, what's gonna happen next? A sweep of 17,593, and then I think we're gonna try and attempt another move up. In which case, this. Let me just hide this for now. So if we do reverse from here, right? There's gonna be a resistance confluence here at 20,737, which kind of overlaps with I think there it is, the 2022 volume point of control, right? Almost there. Hold up. Right, so roughly around 19.8K. So we have to kind of break above 19.8K and then go back to 20.7K. The 19K, yeah. So 19 point, so the 2022 volume point of control overlaps with the weekly open at 19,405. So even if we do manage to get a run up here, I think we're gonna face a lot of trouble between the 19.4K level to 19.5K level. So anywhere from 19.4K to 19.6K, just for the sake of buffer thing, we're gonna consider this as the next important zone for Bitcoin. 573. So roughly 550, 600. Okay, cool. So this is going to be the area of interest uh, for people that are willing to take a long position from here, right? Although the long-term target is 25K, I believe we're going to face a lot of resistance around 20.7K. So this would be TP1 weekly open, and the take profit level 2 would be 20.7K. Apart from this, I still feel like my analysis, right, which is we've swept the previous monthly low. Now we go up to sweep the previous monthly high, and the place where we kind of uh, formed a local top here is probably the midpoint. Yep, as you can see, it's exactly around the midpoint level. There you go. So we do have a lot of confluence here as well. So yeah, let me just summarize my thoughts. I'm all over the place right now. So the summary of this one is I'm expecting Bitcoin price to reverse here because a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin price to go all the way down to 20,593, 17,593. So I feel like if we get a reversal here, I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on the lower time frames. Okay, let me just take off all of these unnecessary stuff. I don't need this or this. Cool. So I'm gonna be waiting for the price to pull some sort of bullish market structure shift here. I'm gonna take a swing at it. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out, no problem. But like I said, I'm gonna be looking out for a lower time frame development to see if Bitcoin price is actually gonna reverse here, right? That said, the first take profit level for people that open a huge size or like a risky position, I think is around the previous month, anywhere extending from 19.4K to 19.6K is the first level. Beyond that, you have 20.7K. And then we have the midpoint of this range here between previous monthly high and low at roughly 22,500. So beyond this, we have 25K. I believe full and well that we're going to go up here. And if you look at this chart here, which I've drawn, which I've used for quite some time here, is basically this one gives you the take on what's happening with Bitcoin, right? 2022 is basically the year of bear flags, and you can see here like we started off 2022 with an ascending parallel channel, broke down, ascending parallel channel, broke down, ascending parallel channel, broke down, another ascending parallel channel, and then we broke down. Now I could potentially adjust this somehow to make another parallel channel, but I'm not going to do that because the price action is still pretty it's pretty crude. I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to adjust. I don't want to ruin the setup here. It looks pretty good, and it's helped me quite a lot. So yeah, like I mentioned, right, in this particular chart here, I've mentioned that the dead cat bounce. Like although I'm expecting Bitcoin price to kind of form a top around 25K, I've marked out the 29 to 29K to 28K level as like the potential dead cat bounce scenario before we head back down to these levels here. The macro bottom level extending from roughly 12K to 13.5K, right? Another thing that you should pay attention to in this chart is basically the 1 day RSI and how it's kind of been able to predict where Bitcoin price is going to head next, right? So the run up, I actually should have looked at this chart, but honestly, I'm gonna admit that I did not, and you could clearly see that the price was getting rejected here, and so we've kind of formed a rejection here followed by a downtrend, right? So if we form some sort of a base here, it would clearly like if we form some sort of a base here, it would clearly produce a bullish divergence here for Bitcoin, and then we could give this breaking out above this resistance level here another go. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Bitcoin. So with Ethereum, right, things are pretty simple and not complicated as Bitcoin. We've broken down this trend line here after three taps. We've also broken down the support box here, which I mentioned in the previous video. We've collected liquidity resting below these lows here, and now we finally reached the 1280 level, right? All along, I was expecting Ethereum price to go up to $2,000 and then come down to 1280, but looks like we've reached 1280 level first. So I was wrong there as well. So yeah, let's take a look at what's happening right now. 1280 is a pretty significant level. Let me just, yeah, it's right here. So we've already dipped below it. We could potentially come down to 1230. I'm not sure, but even if we do, I feel like there's a pretty good support around 12, just anywhere extending from 1200 to 1300 is like a very good point to reverse. So if you look at what's happening with Bitcoin and my expectations that we're going to reverse from where we are right now, uh, I think it's a pretty good narrative for Ethereum price to also reverse from where it is currently. And I could potentially see some sort of a wedge or a parallel channel form here. So far, like there aren't enough data points, like swing points, for me to firmly predict if it's gonna be a wedge or something else. But yeah, probably not a wedge. Like at least from the looks of these two retests here, it does look like a pretty good parallel channel. And if you consider this price action here, it looks like a bull flag as well, right? So in which case you could extend this and neat, right? We can expect it to go up to 2.3K, which is rather interesting because the volume profile thins out considerably here. Let's take a look at what's gonna happen up to 2022. What do we see from here? Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. 2.3K is my next target for Ethereum, provided Bitcoin reverses from where it is right now. Regardless, even if it does go down, I don't think. Let me just redraw this. So, okay, pretty good. Right. So the bullish outlook for Ethereum is dependent solely on Bitcoin. So please make sure to go ahead and watch Bitcoin analysis first, or like rewind whatever you want to do. Uh, I'm expecting Bitcoin price to reverse around the previous weekly low because we've already swept that, and we've by doing so we've already collected liquidity resting below the 30th June swing low. Right. The only thing left is are these two swing points here, formed on 18th and 19th of July. So honestly, I don't think we're gonna go down here. So expect a reversal pretty soon, like with the FOMC around the corner, right? Things are going to get extremely volatile. So that is pretty much it for today's update on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But let's take a look at what's happening with Luna, right? The last time I discussed. Yep. So things are honestly improving. We've kind of broken out of this another bear flag continuation pattern. Like we found a bear flag here. I entered right at the top over here and then booked profit somewhere around here. And then we started forming another bear flag here and it was broken. It did break out yesterday. Yeah, 18 September. And I'm in the short position for a while now actually, since 17 September. So things are looking pretty good here. We're almost going to reach the box here, the support box here, extending from 2.12 to 2.21. But honestly, I don't know. We could dip lower. Like I don't want to close my position too quickly. Things are looking pretty good here so far. I think it's almost a 1:1. No, 1.5 R already booked. Let's see how things go. And I think I even opened a short position for LUNC, the Lunar Classic, because kind of broke out of this ascending parallel thing that was happening here. After the price kind of tried to move above this resistance level here, it failed. A rejection followed by a drop, followed by a breakdown of this ascending trend line. Although there's only 2 points of contact, I think it's still valid. Like we're getting a pretty good rejection after a retest. So I'm gonna keep this position open. It's a very tight stop loss, very small position. Let's see how things work out. And yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed this analysis, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you just make sure to go ahead and go to my Twitter profile and click on my bio, the link in my bio. This will take you to my Telegram channel. Please make sure to join that if you want to stay updated to the trades that I discuss. I'm not sure what I posted on the Telegram channel last time, but yeah, things are going pretty good. I hope you guys stay safe, manage your risk as always, and yeah.